Hey everybody, this is Bud Brown. Another video. Hey, something happened yesterday I thought maybe you may be interested in. The background is, oh boy, here we go. I'll keep it short. Let me start off this way. A wise man once told me there's important things and there's urgent things. Don't let the important things become the urgent things. What do you mean? Well, I have seen the expiration date of a passport, of our visa, of my Citibank debit card coming from a long ways off. They're important things. But if they get 1 or 2 days before the expiration date, then they become urgent things. So take care of important things before they become urgent things. Okay, with that background, my debit card was or expires in April of 21. And this is April 9th. So I don't know if you know it, but banks, and I learned this not too long ago, require a residential address. So when I moved to the Philippines, I learned this the hard way, by the way. When I moved to the Philippines, I had a mail forwarding service, a mailbox, and that's what I gave the bank as my resident or as my address. So I didn't realize it had to be a residence. So one day, I went to get some money out of my bank, frozen account. Frozen, oh man. What a feeling, huh? To know that your income is cut off. So the problem with asking certain people for advice is that it's not always right. And here's a good example. I asked my friend, of course I'm complaining, I just found out that my bank account was frozen. And he said, well, did you call the bank? The number on the back of the card, customer service. I did, which happens to be Cebu City here in the Philippines of my California Citibank. So anyway, I called them. They said, yeah, there's like a red flag on here. We're not going to be able to get it straightened out till Monday. This was Friday. So my buddy says, there's only 2 things that could have happened. Either the IRS put a lien on your account because you didn't pay enough taxes or for some reason, or somebody is suing you and they put a lien on your account. I said, I don't think any one of those is the situation, and to make a long story short, which is not easy to do, it wasn't any one of those things. So I called the bank on Monday. She said, we have your resident address, we have a mailbox. That's not allowed. We have to have a residence where you're living. And so in my little brain, I thought to myself, well, I don't know if they know that I'm living here in the Philippines. Maybe I could tell them I was living at my brother's address. But then I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to tell them I'm living in the Philippines. Would they take my brother's address? Let the cards fall. So I did. I was honest with them. My brother lives in California, but I think I said I spent most of my time, which was true, here in the Philippines. And I said, can I use his address? Yeah, sure. No problem. So didn't have to be sneaky. So I gave him his address. And the reason I told you that is because the debit card went to his address, and I called him and told him it was coming. So he said, well, what do you want me to do with it? And I said, if you could send it DHL or FedEx, then don't send it by the post office. It will take months. It would be expired already. So he said, okay, I'll stick it in the FedEx. And then a few days ago, shortly after that, within a few days, he said, the Eagle is taking off here. So let me know when it lands there in the Philippines. Okay. So about a week went by, and I was curious how long FedEx is going to take to deliver something here, because it's always been, we've had a lot of packages, but they're on a slow ship to China, 2-3 months. So a week went by, I got a notice. It said, well, I'll show you. I took a little screenshot of it. But basically, this is FedEx. Here in Manila, we just sent your little package to Dumaguete. So let me just tell you on the address here. I haven't been that much around the Philippines. I've only lived in 2 cities, Dumaguete on the island of Cebu and Dumaguete City on the island of Negros. Both places did not have a number for the house. You just say the barangay, which is kind of like a neighborhood, name of a neighborhood, and leave your phone number. They'll call you. We're here. Where are you? And then you tell them you go to that corner. It's got the water buffalo chewing the grass there. You turn left. You go down to where there's 3 goats grazing, and you turn right. Go to the coconut trees. My house is right there. So I just put the barangay here, and there was my phone number. Well, I went to go, normally they'll say, we're delivering today, so I stay at home. And mostly we're gone out every morning for 2 hours. So we didn't get anything. It said it was out for delivery, but didn't say that was going to come that day. So I have a friend that I hadn't talked to in a while, and he got a place up in the mountains, up way past Forest Camp in Valencia Hills up there. Not Bill that I went to the other day and showed the house that was for rent. Not him, but even farther up than that. So I went there, and I'll do a little video on that. But when I was up there, I got a phone call from the driver. I have your package. This is FedEx. Oh boy, that's going to take me an hour anyway to get it. I said, I didn't know you were going to come today. Can you come tomorrow? We're talking Bisaya. Ugma is tomorrow, which I love the sound of that. Ugma means tomorrow in Cebuano. So I said, pwede ugma na lang? Can you come tomorrow? I said, yeah, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. Okay, I'll meet you at the corner of the 2 streets. Okay. So I went the next day, and he called again, and I went to go meet him. I was at a restaurant, Gabby's, but it was only 10 minutes from our meeting place. So I went, met him, got it was kind of like these little cardboard envelopes. If you ever, and by the way, I was not expecting a big brown FedEx truck. Is it? Well, I don't know if FedEx is brown, but one of them, I wasn't expecting a big FedEx truck. And sure enough, guy in a motorcycle, little scooter, had a backpack, and he had this cardboard envelope in his backpack. So I just had to sign, And I gave him 50 pesos, $1, just because of his gas. And he came back, he kind of did me a favor. So went back to the restaurant, opened it up. I was very curious to see what it was going to cost. Now, at this point, when it gets to the cost, I have to give you a little explanation here. This channel is just about my daily living. And sometimes I go to a restaurant, sometimes I go to a resort, and I, show what I do there. But I'm not very good at, I don't feel, at any kind of review. I forget to take a picture of the food, and I forget to take a picture of the menu and prices. But, there's a lot of other people that do a lot better job than me. And the reason I'm kind of saying this, because I had a comment yesterday, said, that's what we signed up for you to tell us how much everything cost. Really? Of course, this fella, he doesn't know me, or it's his first time maybe on my channel, because this is his first comment he ever made. So anyway, I had to show him to the door because I didn't like the tone of his attitude. Had to give him a little attitude adjustment. So anyway, I wanted to know how much it cost. So I opened it up and I looked at the invoice, and you'll see it because I did a little video. That's you'll have to excuse the quality. I tried to use my phone, and evidently there was a fingerprint or something on it, so the quality wasn't that great. Just got back. Little brother. Very curious how much this cost. From California to Dumaguete. But it said the value of the package, what he sent, my brother sent, was only $1 because it had no value. Said it was just correspondence. So I said to myself, no, it is not. I mean, maybe the value was $1, but sending it was not $1. So I never did find out. I called Paul the very next day. That's my brother, little brother Paul Brown, of course. And I said, Paul, I appreciate you sending that right away. The Eagle has landed here, and I want to be sure to reimburse you for what you paid for it. And he didn't say anything. So in our family, saying how much did you pay? What did it cost? Those are just very uncomfortable questions. And that's why I hesitate to say how much things cost. Although I do understand that people moving here want to know what's the cost. But I think maybe I have to get it from another channel. But anyway, he was hesitant to tell me. He said, nah, don't worry about it. It's okay. And so, Paul, I said, appreciate it very much. Miss you, and can't wait to see you when we get back there and visit and stuff. So I'm still curious of what it's going to cost, right? My daughter, who also lives in California, San Diego, for some reason, I had her address for my PayPal account, and my PayPal debit card was due. So I told her, and then she said, yeah, I got it. What shall I do? And I said, well, how much does it cost for FedEx? So she got back to me a little bit later. She said the smallest package they had going to the Philippines was $100. $100! Oh my gosh. So a big decision has to be made. Do you want to spend $100 to get, a small letter or debit card, credit card to your house here or where you are here in the Philippines, and take a week to do it as opposed to months. So what I did was this, and I know that, well, I'll even ask you, even though the horse is out of the barn, nothing I can do, but I'm going to tell you what I did. Then you can tell me what you would have done. I said, oh man, what am I going to do? She said, well, let me make a copy of the front and back, and I'll just send it to you, email the front and back of the information. I said, hey, that's a good idea because I don't really use the card itself. I mean, I can use it in an ATM here, but I very rarely do. Usually just order stuff online and I need the information on the front and the back of the card. So that's what she did. And that's what I did with my debit card. Now, the Citibank card, I needed the card because I use it in the ATMs here periodically. So anyway, this is starting to drag on, but I wanted to let you know about the FedEx, if you've had anything sent, and does that sound about right? $100 for, I was thinking like 40 or 50, but, and once again, if I wasn't lazy, I would just go to the FedEx website and check it out. Now it's all taken care of. So hope you have a great day. Thank you for sticking around and thank you for coming to my channel. I hope that there was some information that you could use, but usually I learn from you, not you learn from me. So have a great day and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.